Mr. Horsford.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. First, I want to thank Ms. Goldberg and extend to you my condolences on behalf of this committee and as a member of the Nevada delegation. Thank you for the courage to come here and share your story, which is a Nevada story, and I commend my colleague, Mr. Heck, for bringing this bill. What happened to the Goldberg family and to the family of Air Force Sergeant Tucker was wrong, and I believe that the National Park Service owes both families an apology. Both families had to cope with the loss of a family member, and it is unacceptable that the Park Service did not do more to allow these families to recover the remains of their loved ones. I remember following the story of this as it unfolded. How tragic it was for you and for the community to know that all you wanted was a bit of closure, and standing in the way of that closure was bureaucracy. So I offer you my condolences, and I commit to working with Mr. Heck and this committee because I believe this is the type of common sense legislation that this Congress should enact. I would like to ask, Mr. Chairman, I guess Associate Director Sholey?
Yes, Sholey.
Or Mr. Ned. What steps have you taken to ensure that what happened to the Goldberg family never happens again?
Well, first of all, I echo your sentiments and offer the Park Service's condolences to the family of the Goldberg and Tucker families. It's very, we appreciate hearing directly from the Goldberg family and very sorry for your loss. This is a situation where we have a serious responsibility, as you know, to provide the best service that we can to the public. I know you expect that, the public expects that. We conduct thousands of search and rescues every year very successfully. We are there to provide a very high level of service to the public. This was complicated, and these are not excuses by the fact this was an ongoing Las Vegas Metropolitan homicide investigation. The officials at Lake Mead were following current policy of the National Park Service. As usual, as you would expect and want, we're always willing to take looks at our existing policies.
So that's my question. What have you learned from this experience, and what will you do differently so that how you handled this case, which was wrong, regardless of whatever policies you felt were in place, what are you doing now?
We are looking, sir, at the latitude that we currently have without the regulations to make sure that we have a consistent decision-making process across the agency so that barriers that we may have presented within our own policies can be removed.
And where are you in that process?
We're in the initial stages of that process.
And why does it take you guys so long to act?
Well, keep in mind,
this is a very tragic instance. It shouldn't take you months to evaluate your internal practices to figure out what you can do within your agency to prevent something like this from happening. And then to know you're coming here today and not to be able to provide me or this committee with any recommendations or steps that you've taken proactively, again, shows a real laissez-faire attitude. And it's not one that the public expects.
We have had good conversations with committee staff and members in regards to possible language that can help ensure this type of thing doesn't happen. Also, like I said, working to see what kind of latitude that we have within our...
Can you present those to the committee?
Absolutely.
Thank you. Ms. Goldberg, do you believe that Mr. Heck's bill is written in a way that the Congress should act?
Definitely.
Mr. Chairman, I agree. And I ask that the committee move forward on this legislation. With all due respect to the agency, I don't know how much time you need, but 2 weeks should be adequate enough time for you to evaluate this legislation, your internal practices, and the public shouldn't have to wait This family shouldn't have to wait, and the process should move forward. Thank you.